Hey, how's it going? It's Rock Rage Radio Facemelter. Once again, we are at Rise Above Fest-Bangor, Maine 2015 on the Tremonti tour bus. Thank you so much, Mark, for taking the time. Rock and roll time once again today. It's like, were we like an hour behind or something?
I think we were a good hour behind, but it helps us. You know, it's better to not sing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
3:30 is better.
Gotcha. I'm bumming because I missed you guys because I was interviewing Butcher Babies.
Gotcha.
And then then we thought you were playing, so we didn't want to go back through the pack of crowd. And then I realized In Flames is playing, but we didn't want to get stuck. So I'm like taking pictures through the chain link fence. And
It's the duties of press, man. Press, you guys miss all the good shows.
Guitar World's best guitar player in the world 3 years in a row. I didn't even know that, but it didn't shock me when I heard that. So this guy's the man. And for you Rock Rage people, I met this man at, what would you say, maybe 98? First Creed record, I guess.
98, yeah.
I just remember Scott was like, he was either hungover, but he was like afraid about his voice working. But you guys are sounding great, and the fans dug it. It sounds so good. It's good to see you again, man. Congrats on all the success for Alter Bridge. Is it weird? Like I thought about it last night. Is it weird seeing Miles up there with Slash, or is it cool? How is that?
I mean, I've seen him so many times with Slash, and I get up there sometimes and play with those guys.
Oh, do you?
Slash gets up and plays with us sometimes.
Oh,
so, cool. We've done some tours where Tremonti's open for Slash.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, I'm used to it, man. And Miles are coming beyond side stage, and we're playing sometimes. So
What Slash songs does it?
We play Rise Today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we play an Alter Bridge song, and Slash that's the most like Slash-like kind of Alter Bridge song. So
Gotcha.
we'll do that too. So if I'm playing with them, I'll play the solo. If he plays with us, he'll play the solo.
Cool, that's awesome. If you guys don't know, All I Was spending stores for quite a while now. You can still pick that up. The Wish You Well video, dude. I watched it for the first time the other night. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
It's kind of like if you haven't seen it, punch it up on YouTube. It's kind of like it's a short film, I guess, right? Check that out. When did you know you were ready to totally take over the mic? Was it early on or was it recent?
No, I mean, I've been songwriting since I was 11 years old, and I always kind of felt like the ideas that I was writing needed a better singer. And I think after maybe 5 years through Alter Bridge, I finally got the courage or the confidence to be able to sing. So when it came down to doing the solo project, finding singers and making sure that the melodies come across the same way with somebody as they are in your head.
Yeah.
It's a stressful thing. So I either wanted to find a singer that would do exactly what I put on the table,
right,
or just do it myself. I'm like, it's easier to just do it yourself.
Because you've always sang. You've always had a great voice.
I haven't always had a great voice, but
from what I've heard,
I've developed over the years. Yeah. But I've always written melodies since I was a kid, so I've got this great voice in my head.
Gotcha.
That I need great singers like Miles and Scott to sing, and I could never do that. So now that I can finally, I sure as hell can't sing like Miles, but I
don't know anybody that can.
I can finally sing what's in my head on stage. That's I'm getting there.
It sounds good, man. I've been checking out some new stuff. Corduroy's is it June 9th?
June 9th, yep.
Mark your calendars and go to the record store, pick up Corduroy's. What did I hear? Another Heart is my favorite, I think. So
nice, thanks, man.
It's like got a hook, but it's got a breakdown. It's kind of what I was expecting, but it was like, it was more than I was expecting. It's awesome. Corduroy's very riffy. All that I got, solid, just rock solid, rockin' tune. Can't wait to hear the rest of this record, man. Because not many artists I listen to a lot of music. Not many artists know how to write like a song you can remember, a catchy song. It's got a groove, but will bring on just those flashbangs.
That's
the breakdowns, just ripping solos. I mean, I was like, finally, somebody's.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it as heavy as possible, but melodic at the same time. It's just heavy and screamy all the time. It doesn't really, for me, it doesn't move me. To me, it's got to have the melodic content. It's got to say something and then kick you in the ass. Dynamically, it's just got to be.
The only thing I could compare is the way I was feeling when I was listening to it. It's one of my favorite bands, King's X.
Yeah, I love it.
It's so soulful, yet it's got such that crunch factor. And
I really dig King's X.
Oh, nice.
Dog Man, I wanted to cover that.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Basis. Fill the fans in real quick. I know Brian was with you for a while now. You got Wolfgang.
Well, Brian was never a member of the band. My brother Dan said, "Hey, I've got this building rented out. It's an old Al Capone building in Chicago. Johnny K, the producer, will put you in this basement and film you guys performing the entire first record. We've got to get your first live video done." So our first live video was a live video for the music video.
Oh, okay.
But I told Dan, like, that's 3 weeks from now, and we don't have a bass player. He's like, do you know anybody? I'm like, I know Brian. So I called Brian, and Brian was really all over it. And then, but he was never really a part of the band. When we started touring, Wolfgang was touring with us. And Wolfgang actually became a member of the band. So nobody tracked bass on the first record other than Eric. It was just me, Eric, and Garrett on the first record. But on this record, we got Wolfgang. Some performance.
For those of you at home that don't know who we're talking about, it's Wolfgang Van Halen. Just to clear that up, maybe you've heard of him. You're from Detroit originally. Share with us if you have any Detroit musical influences, old or new, and you're still in Florida, right? When you're not on tour.
Yeah.
Any Florida influences that have seeped into your being?
I don't know if it was necessarily Detroit influences, because that would be, what Bob Seger and alto sax, who lived pretty close to where I grew up. But the Motown scene wasn't really something I was into when I was young. It was, but in Detroit, people listened to heavy metal, and the scene there was the heavier music you listened to, the tighter your group was, the cooler your friends were. And I loved it, man. I was searching for the band, the Metallicas and the Slayers and the Venoms and the Celtic Frost, the heaviest shit possible. And then I moved to Florida. Nobody had any idea what the hell
It was after the death metal explosion, or was it around the same time?
Well, I went to a pretty big public school up in Florida, and my brother got into some trouble, so my parents kind of sheltered me and put me in this tiny private school in Florida where all these kids didn't listen to Metallica. They listened to Janet Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Like, what? How do you come into school with your windows down, jamming Janet Jackson? You would get your ass handed to you.
In Detroit, right? Isn't that what Heidi said? Because she's from Detroit? No, it was Carla from Butcher Babies. And she's like, oh yeah, it's segregated. It's like you're either listening to hip hop or you're listening to metal. There's really no crossing down.
And in Florida, it's this horrible pop scene. So, all right. Yeah, it was tough.
So you guys played Boston the other night, White Music Hall?
Yeah, man, it was great. And it was loudest crowd of the tour. We've been doing a lot of festival shows and support shows, and this I think we've done about 3 of our own shows, and Boston was off the hook. It was great.
Boston music fans are pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Didn't you do Carolina Rebellion?
We did. That was probably the most energetic of all the festivals, man. It was definitely a down, dirty, dusty, crazy show.
Rock on the Range, dude. I'm psyched. I will see you there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Have you played? You played that before, obviously.
I played it 2 or 3 times. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be kind of the same. We play right before In Flames. There, just going to be perfect. But after Baby Metal, which I've never seen before, but I've heard.
I don't know if you can follow up Baby Metal.
Things about them.
If anything, we got an eclectic mix in Columbus, Ohio, so everybody, you can look forward to that. Judas Priest, though. Ministry. Have you ever seen Ministry?
Yes, I have. First time I played over in Europe, I played in between Ministry and Sepultura. So imagine that.
How'd that go?
It was okay.
Really?
But imagine
if you could hold your own in that
younger self,
right?
And you look at the lineup. Ministry, us.
Did you do Mud?
Sepultura. I did a little Mud. Well, no, it was a little intense. And I see King Diamond going by. I'm like, King fucking Diamond.
Weren't you on that metal show with him?
Yeah. They put me on that show with him because they knew I was a huge fan of him.
Okay. I'm like, what a coincidence. No, maybe not.
No, Eddie was like, I knew you were a giant fan of his, so I wanted to put you guys together. And when I met King Diamond, he was very
totally down
in the know about, like, I watched your Live in Amsterdam DVD, and this song and that song. He knew everything about Alter Bridge. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
Isn't that awesome?
I grew up on King Diamond.
Dude, when I was in college, I used to buy records just from the cover. Like, I bought Dawkins Tooth and Nail just because of the cover. Grim Reaper, See You in Hell. I bought Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath just because it had a scary cover. I started playing it on my metal show in college, which is 84, 85. And I had this weird kid in my dorm. out of my room and he'd put it on and he'd dim all the lights. He'd play the Oath.
Oh,
He'd like
yeah.
do creepy stuff around the dorm, like
Oh, yeah.
like he was levitating and stuff like that. I mean, King Diamond fan right here. Oh, he's playing Mayhem with Slayer.
I wish I could see that, man.
Be badass.
I think it will be in Europe when they're doing that, I believe. But one day I'll see him.
Yes.
I've met him a few times, but I've never seen him play.
I never missed that metal show, so that was a treat. See, and you were so cool. You were like, hey, I'm just a squirrel looking for a nut over here. That's the king right there.
That's right.
You're a class act, brother.
Hey, man, thank you very much. You know, me and King exchanged phone numbers that day. I remember I told him I was going to Europe in a few weeks, and the day before we left, I get a phone call. Guys, it's fucking King Diamond, and he called. He's like, I have a good time on your tour in Europe, and
Oh wow,
it was such an honor to have him.
stuff like that makes it all
Yeah.
worthwhile doing this, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, you've you've really inspired like so many guitarists, so you're making the world a better place, man. And
Thank you.
Corduroys, June 9th in stores. Make sure you pick up the new Tremonti and check this boy out on tour. It's Facemelter at Rise Above Fest-Bangor, rockrageradio.com.